Hey, Leo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your January 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Leo, if you haven't already checked out your 2024 yearly reading, I definitely suggest doing so. I will link it in the video at the end. You'll see the playlist. You can click on that. But we're going to dive in today and take a look at what's going on. Anything that we may have missed for the January readings when it comes to all areas of your life: career, finances, love, health, spiritual energy. And it looks, Leo, like there were some lessons in the past around patience. Okay, because this is past energy. Now, this could be 2023. Perhaps this could be last week, where maybe you felt like you had to wait around on a situation here with the Temperance. Some of you, this is about control, self-control, compromise. It may be about moderating behaviors. Now, as we move further along in January, you may be taking a deep dive into your intentions, your goals. What types of foods can you moderate? What kinds of exercises, mental thoughts as well. So there is an energy here of finding a balance, weighing things up here, and being patient with yourself. This is the Temperance angel energy. So this is about connecting the higher realm, the spiritual realm, with the patience of the Pentacle realm as well. So I feel a lot of you, there could be something that you're allowing more liberation, more freedom, because you can see in one hand here, she has the dove, and it's not, it's not ready to be freed yet. And then in the other hand, there is freedom. You see the dove is flying out of her hand. So some of you, you were waiting for this wish fulfillment, some sort of emotional situation to free yourself from. It could be having that job, having that home, having that relationship, whatever it is for you. You've had to learn some valuable lessons. Now you have the Knight of Wands showing up to clarify whatever this Temperance is. Now, the Temperance, when this shows up, this is big energy around divine timing as well. It can be around finding compromise, negotiations as well. And some of you, you may have wanted to act impulsively, or there could have been people around you who were very impulsive or impatient with the Knight of Wands. So it's finding that balance, because you go from a very calm, serene, patient energy, and then the lesson here is a very quick moving energy. So think of baking a loaf of bread. Right? You stick the loaf of bread in, you go through the patience of putting all of the ingredients together, and you wait for the bread to rise, and then you put it in the oven. And then this Knight of Wands, what he wants to do is he wants that bread to cook. He's not willing to wait for it. He keeps opening up the oven, right? And so instead of that bread being done in, say, 15 minutes, he keeps opening it up, and it's kind of ruining the process of being patient, and it takes a lot longer. It actually pushes the very thing that he wants. So there was a big lesson around waiting for something to complete, or waiting for the right time in a situation here, Leo. So what you have showing up, part of your aspirations for yourself at this time, because we see some lessons of the past. Now, this is all about right here, right now. There's the world. That is about finally that loaf of bread. It's finally ready to be pulled out of the oven, and you're ready to complete some cycles. You're ready to eat that delicious piece of bread now that it's starting to cool and it smells wonderful, and you've put your, blood, sweat, and tears into a situation. Maybe this is a relationship that finally is coming to some sort of next level. Maybe it's a divorce. Maybe it is going from single life to being in a relationship. Perhaps perhaps you are engaged and going to marriage. I feel like there's a big completion, a big cycle that is ending here for you. And your inspiration and aspiration for yourself is to be able to not go back, right? Not go back to that, energy of inconsistency, in and out, impulsivity as well, or even impatience. And when the world shows up in your energy, it's a sense of wholeness, completion, fulfillment, and success. So I feel whatever area has been a little bit lacking, maybe your career, maybe your finances, which we'll take a dive into, but you're wrapping up some cycles where there were some big lessons to learn. The temperance can be a very powerful lesson that is very celestial, right? It's the temperance angel. So it is a lesson that we've chose to incarnate into this lifetime and to grow and to evolve, but also understanding and knowing that we're not alone. And some of you, through some experiences that you've had in the past, Leo, you did feel a little bit isolated. You did feel a little bit lonely. When am I going to wrap up this cycle? Or when am I going to be able to travel or move or complete this cycle that you were in? For some of you, it was quite some time with the temperance. Maybe you put a lot of time into something. 20 years is what I'm getting for some of you. So aspirations look like you're closing out cycles, endings bringing in new beginnings. And what comes after the world is that Fool. Sometimes the Fool is the 2022, or excuse me, well, there could be some significance around 2022 for you, but it rolls into 22 or the zero energy, which is all about new beginnings, new inspiration. Twos also represent partnerships, togetherness. So I feel like something's coming together quite beautifully after learning some very valuable lessons. Not to open that oven, but to wait for something to expand, okay? Now, what empowers you to reach this world energy? What empowers you to complete a cycle is because something's felt imbalanced, okay? And it could even be the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. So it could even be karmic cycles for some of you. But the Two of Pentacles motivating you is all about finding the balance between maybe work and play. It could be finding the energy of staying calm when things seem to be being chaotic all around you, because sometimes the temperance here, and I almost said empress, some of you, it could be about divine timing when it comes to maybe birthing new things into reality. Maybe it's an actual birth as well with that Empress sneaking up here for you, Leo. I'm also getting with the temperance. This is someone around you or you yourself who went through extremes in their behavior or their temper. Someone was very impulsive here, Leo, or someone went from very sweet and loving and caring and then completely flipped the script, right? The balance was off. And maybe you had to learn a lesson the hard way. Maybe this was a parent, a father. Maybe this was a relationship that you were in. Maybe this was parts of yourself, right? Shadow aspects of yourself based on conditioning that you've gone through, right? No judgment here. This is about soul lessons as well. So what inspires you to wrap up this cycle is you don't want that imbalance. You've learned the art of patience in the best way possible because you've been going through this for quite some time. So when this Two of Pentacles shows up here, you want more balance within your body, within your mind, within your soul, right? When it comes to health, you want to look at it from a holistic point of view, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. How can you find more equilibrium? How can you stay grounded here on the earthly realm? But also, you see one foot is grounded, the other foot is kind of, open to opportunity. And you actually see this infinity symbol above her. It's also representative of an 8 energy. We are in an 8 year, 2024, which means you're also opening up to infinite possibility, unlimited options that are available to you here. And even though at times you feel like you have to wrap up this cycle, you know that by wrapping this cycle up, you're going to move on and explore new things. And there's new decisions for you to make around finding more stability or opening yourself up to new things that could be stable in your world, Leo. So what may challenge you to reach some sort of wish, completion, victory? What could challenge you is the Page of Swords in reverse. This could be other people's perceptions, their thoughts, their gossip, what other people think of you. Pages represent communication and news. It could even be some sort of education or experience. But remember, page energy can be naive. It can be even a little bit immature. So perhaps you feel you don't know enough about a situation to complete it. For some of you, maybe you want to be a nutritional doctor and you want to go in that direction, but there's a lot of studying under your belt, but you want to complete this cycle because you know it could enhance your lives and the lives of others in big ways. Spirit is saying here, don't let the fear of taking that first step. As Lao Tzu says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And you see here that he has the experience. You're graduating. There's the graduation cap right on top of that Page of Swords. And there's the wish flower, as I like to call it, the dandelion. Some of you may even have a tattoo of the wish flower or the dandelion, or maybe this is something that you do come across, whether it's on a t-shirt, whether it's on social media, or maybe it's the cover of a book. So pay attention to the wish flower or the dandelion there. But I am getting with this Page of Swords, the challenge for you at times could be news that comes in of maybe delays. Okay, it could be news of disappointment where you've been doing the research, right? So for example, maybe you have an exam or you have a test and you realize that you're one question off from passing, right? Or it could be you really wanted to get that job and you are the top 2 runner-up, but maybe you didn't get that job. So it's about finding balance and knowing that rejection is protection, but also knowing that you have the intelligence, you have the ability to move forward in a new direction and continue learning as you go, okay? Because some of you, you may stop yourself. You may tell yourself, well, I don't have the experience in this, or I don't know enough, or for some of you, you're letting other people's projections into what's best for you come into effect or come into play. And that's where you need to balance up your own mind, right? What's best for you, your stability, but also take into consideration that, yeah, there are new beginnings. There are things that you don't know, but you have the opportunity to learn them. There is a huge opportunity for growth here for you. All right, let's take a look at relationships and emotions currently. 3 of Cups. For some of you, not all of you, there may have been a third-party situation when it came to relationships. For others of you, if you're single and you're loving life, this could just mean you want to connect to your soul tribe. You want to connect to other people, and it may feel like a challenge at times. The 3 of Cups can be feeling left out, right? It can be a part of a love triangle, but it can also be going to extremes, over drinking. And we see that with the Temperance here. So some of you Leos, it could be indulging in behaviors that are unhealthy, right? Whether it is third-party energy, whether it's going to extremes, over partying, over drinking, overeating. I just feel like you are feeling a little bit left out. And sometimes because you may want to feel part of something, you may actually deny what you know is best for you in order to fit in. And that can be a challenge at times as well. For some of you, I also see if you want to go back to school or if you want to learn something or be a part of a group, you may be working with people who are a little bit younger than you. And that can be a struggle where you feel like you are left out. Okay, I mean, this is love, this is relationships, but I am picking up that energy. Maybe there was a situation that had come to a close where you said to yourself, no more. I can't deal with the inconsistencies of that job or that relationship or my own health, right? There's something you're really weighing up here in a big way because I see some choices being made here that are going to help you close and complete a cycle, Leo. So when it comes to love, I do feel it's important for you to try something new. So if you have been online dating, you may want to join a class or go on a hike or try some new adventure. Perhaps you haven't done online dating, and that could be a new creative avenue. So doing something new could get you some new results. So when it comes to love, if some of you have been hurt in the past due to someone being very temperamental or kind of going to extremes, being very impulsive. Some of you have dealt with a player I see here, and you are closing out a cycle. Okay, some of you have struggled with maybe your own children, because Page of Swords can be child energy as well. Maybe you've dealt with someone who was an adult that was acting very childish, very immature, and they may have put someone or something else in front of the relationship. Okay, it doesn't have to be a third party, but it could be they put their job, or they put their drinking, or they put their hobbies or their goals or their interests. I just get a very selfish energy, and it left you feeling like you were the odd man out here. Some of you also struggle with your appearance when it comes to finding love, because they're really highlighting this tall girl over here. Some of you may be quite tall, or maybe you've wanted to be taller here, but I feel like there's something with your appearance. Maybe you feel like you're too tall or too short or too thin or too big or whatever it may be. But Spirit is saying here, love yourself unconditionally, because you can see that there's 3 hula hoops, and the one hula hoop is around all of them. So it's time for you to embrace, and maybe that's why I was getting that Empress coming from the Temperance. It almost looks like the same words here, but it's not. But it is about you showing yourself and loving yourself unconditionally. And that's when you raise your vibration and you attract the type of relationships that you are matching and aligning. Some of us, we go through karmic relationships to learn and evolve, even if it's not necessarily what we're wanting to attract. It's part of our soul lessons, and that's what you're learning here. All right, when it comes to career, work, and finances, Leo, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she could work from home. She may work remotely. She could work with children. I'm also getting a counselor, wise words of wisdom. She could be an excellent communicator, good at multitasking. She could have even been a stay-at-home parent for quite some time. I'm also getting here with this Queen of Pentacles, you're very resourceful. You may be a couponer, or maybe you clip coupons. Maybe you look for savings. You look for the best deals. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who also lives a life where she enjoys the physical beauty of what she can create, and other people enjoy that as well. Maybe she is great in the kitchen. She could be a great host that really helps people feel comfortable and at home in their own skin, and maybe that comes into their work. Maybe some of you are interior designers. Some of you could work with animals. Some of you work with women and children, I'm getting here. Fertility. So for a lot of you, when it comes to career this month, and it doesn't matter if you're female or male, it's not gender specific here. It's the energy of receiving as well. So receiving help, because sometimes you may get in your own way. It could be your beliefs that get in your own way that actually hinder or block finances at times. But I am getting a lot of resourcefulness. Spirit is saying use the resources that are available to you. Okay. And there is a fortitude of abundance. You can see the bunnies, even though the bunnies have, kind of some red creepy eyes here. I feel like there is this energy of multiplying what you focus your energy on. So if you're feeling a little bit scattered, or if you're feeling like your finances are all over the place, I feel like this is the month where you really start to set some powerful new intentions, tell yourself a new story, focus your energy on things that really could multiply, and you'll see that happening in no time. All right, Leo, what do we have for health and well-being? We have the moon. The moon could be some things that you don't quite see that are below the surface. And the way I like to describe the moon, and you can see even with the tentacles coming out from underneath, you'd never know that she was an octopus, right? It's like the Little Mermaid energy. You see here that there's a coyote or a fox that's howling at the moon. It's not really a wolf, right? So when you go outside on a full moon night, you tend to see a lot of illusions. You see that the tree branches turn into creatures, and you see that, things appear where they normally wouldn't because the darkness casts an illusion on a situation. So I do feel when it does come to health and well-being, it's important that you maybe get to the root of the situation. So for example, you may be looking at your back, right? I've had back issues, my shoulders hurt. I feel like there's something going on, but I may want to just ignore it and take another Tylenol or ibuprofen because my back's been hurting for a long time and I just don't need to focus on that. The moon card is saying, don't deny something or don't hide it because you're fearful of looking at it, okay? On a deeper level. There could be an opportunity for you to heal now before something may get worse. Okay, we don't want it to get worse, but when something is out of alignment, it can create dis-ease, also known as disease. So that spot on maybe on your back, maybe you have a mole that you wanted to get checked out. There could be some pressure headaches that you've been feeling, and you may be chalking it off to one thing, but it could be another. Now, I'm not saying this to scare anyone, but there could be a deeper metaphysical reason behind something. I'm also getting here tooth or teeth pain. Some of you, there could be issue with tooth. You may want to look up the metaphysical reason behind tooth pain. So start to dive into this. Louise Hay has an excellent book, You Can Heal Your Life, and that gives you the metaphysical cause for the physical symptom. And it's a really great place to start if you're having troubles with any ailment in the body, whether it is, alcoholism, whether it's acne, whether it's skin, whether it's hair loss. I'm also getting a rash. Some of you Leos, maybe there was some sort of a rash. I also get sleep with the moon. This can be dreams. Some of you have sleep apnea, snoring. There's something with the throat, being caught up even in the nose. Maybe that's why I'm getting teeth as well, grinding of teeth at night. So when the moon shows up in your, health and well-being, things aren't always as they appear, and there could be a deeper reason behind something. So you could benefit at this time from seeing a shaman, a Reiki practitioner, a soul coach, a healer, a doctor, a therapist, a professional of any sort. Please see the disclaimer in the description box below. But I feel like there could be something that you may be going down the rabbit hole on a situation. So if you're going down the rabbit hole, it could be an illusion as well. Maybe there's something going on in the body and you tell yourself, oh my gosh, I have liver cancer. So kind of rein that energy in. And I feel like you'll be able to find some truths by paying attention to what you need to pay attention to. There's going to be exposure, truth, but I also feel like there could be helpful people coming in for you as well. Tests. I also get blood work. All right, let's take a look at spiritual energy and inner fulfillment. The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. This is fate and destiny. So there is a divine energy shifting through you at this time. Remember, you are the divine. You are a spark of that divine, where sometimes you may have felt like your intuition was blocked or your connection to God source, higher power, the angelic realm, whatever you connect to, which you connect to it all, but whatever you call it, right? There's something changing within you, something shifting. There's been an energy frequency shift where you've been ascending your energy, even if you don't quite realize it here, Leo. Okay, they're giving me an M name. Some of you may have an M name because they're giving me a big M. Maybe there's like McDonald, or it could be big M and then another letter like Mick something. Again, McDonald or MacDonald, something of that nature. I also get MM. Maybe some of you have MM in your initials. Maybe even a W. Because flip that M around, there's a W, and I also see that here in the Wheel of Fortune. So Wendy or Witherspoon. Okay, so when this shows up in your spiritual energy, there's something happening that is divine, that is fated. I'm also getting that you've gone through some karmic cycles, because the Wheel of Fortune here, is saying that you've played out some cycles that you've needed to learn. That's part of the temperance here. But I feel like you've completed or closed a chapter. Maybe this is some ancestral healing. Maybe it was a karmic relationship. Maybe it was some financial setbacks that your soul chose to heal or to make right in some way, shape, or form. And you're understanding that now, because this is the energy of divine timing. It is fate and destiny intervening in divine timing to turn that wheel to move forward. And that's what I see happening here with the world. This is that new beginning. Some of you may have been in a 10-year cycle. Okay, 10 could be significant. October energy, which we had a million eclipses in October, or at least it felt that way. We have Libra in the South Node as well. So there could have been some great discoveries or great truths even exposed around that eclipse season. So 10 could be significant. Maybe some of you are born on the 10th, but that 10 rolls into a 1 energy, and that is the energy of new beginning. It's about self, it's about courage, and it's about gifts. And so I feel like you are focusing on your divine gifts, and it's taken a little bit of time for you to fully embrace, fully accept, or fully feel like you even have gifts at all, but you do. And you're going to see that you are starting to awaken to some of these abilities, whether you're empathic, whether you're a healer, whether, whatever it is, you are here for a reason, and you're here to dive into these spiritual gifts. Beautiful. I also get some of you, there is something with time, astral travel. This could be manipulating time in a way where you're actually able to jump timelines. I'm getting the movie here, and this is a movie. Maybe you've just watched this, or maybe there's some significance in it. I don't recall too much of that movie, but The Time Traveler's Wife. Okay, so maybe you travel, maybe you're a hypnotherapist, or you're able to remember past lives or dive into the Akashic records, something like that. That's pretty neat. That's a cool gift. So let's take a look at what you most need to focus on. Reciprocity, kindness. Also not being a doormat, right? It's about equal give and take. If someone around you or you yourself is all about give, and not take, or take, not give, there needs to be some sort of balance here. Now, when the 6 of Pentacles shows up as your focus, this could also be financial assistance. It could be some sort of generosity, charitable contributions, volunteer work. It could certainly be an unexpected income or resource coming in for you, but I feel like it's finding balance. Now, 6s are about harmony. They're about loyalty, responsibility, and it's also about hitting a new tier of completion. So I feel for some of you, there's going to be something that may have felt off kilter. It's going to bring balance. So try to focus. I mean, we have the 2 showing up with the 2 of Pentacles. Then we have the 6. So you could be receiving an offer. So see the glass full, right? See the glass full, or half full at least, because it's starting to fill up. There is the teapot, the universal type of energy coming in, filling your cup, and there's plenty to go around here. All right. Most important lesson for you at this time, 3 of Wands. To see your ships coming in here, okay? 3s are about creativity. They're about harmony, advancement as well. It's that first tier of progress, right? So you've made some choices, and now you have something to solidify. There's some sort of stability. Your ships are coming in here. So when it comes to some important lessons, this is saying, don't take your eye off the prize. Your hard work and your patience is paying off. It's actually right in front of you. Okay, so some valuable lessons about not going back on decisions or choices that you've made, but also not getting sidetracked. Keep on going. Put one step in front of the other. And lastly, the outcome energy, Leo, for you is the 8 of Cups. Now, 8 of Cups, I love this card. It's although it can be quite challenging at times, if you are looking at it from, well, the glass half empty, it can be the card of abandonment, or, feeling like you have been left behind in some way. But at the same concept, or the same flip of the coin, you can also look at it as the 9 of Cups walks towards, 8 of Cups walks towards that 9th cup. right? Their wish fulfillment. And this is my Eat, Pray, Love card. So for those of you that have ever read the book or watched the movie with Julia Roberts, it obviously takes work. It takes effort because 8s are all about work and effort. She had to make a choice to divorce, to leave her job, to leave her old world behind. And that's a whole lot of work. It's not just done in an instant, right? It takes a lot of thinking, a lot of mental energy, struggle and pain and growth. And, there's a lot of changes that come from putting this work into fulfilling your heart's desire. But what does she find along the way? She goes and travels, right? She finds her energy again to rejoin life. She finds friendships. She finds that she has a love for food, and she finds and meets someone that she falls in love with, and they have a passionate love affair, right? So in order for you to get to that 9th cup, you're going to have to do the work here. There is something that you must leave behind or walk away from in order for you to have something much more fulfilling. And that is what I see here for you, Leo. And you're going to be blessed. Some of you, this is partnerships. Okay, you see that there's pairs. You have the butterflies here, you have the swans, you have the dragonflies, and then there's the 2 birds here as well. So everything is partnered up. So there could be something that you once were partnered to, a person, a job, some sort of habit or pattern, whatever it may be, that you felt like it was part of you. I feel like you're moving on because it's no longer a match. It's no longer aligning to your energy. And so the outcome is you are going in search of your 9th cup, your wish fulfillment. But first, you're completing and closing this cycle. You're walking over this bridge. There's something here where you may feel at times that you are in no man's land, or you're feeling like you're on that bridge, not quite into this new land, but not quite out of the old energy here. And I feel the 8 of Cups is you fully crossing into that threshold. So powerful energy here for you. Know that you have what it takes. You've learned a lot. You've learned to be patient with yourself. Trust that things are coming in for you, some sort of assistance, hand of the divine that's going to help you here in the physical realm, Leo. And I certainly see that you're moving forward, you're moving on into bigger and better. Thank you so very much for tuning in. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up, Leo. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And again, if you haven't checked out that 2024 yearly reading, I will link it in the video here so you can see that. Thank you so much for tuning in, Leo. Till next time.